What is going on, everybody? Brett here. We're back playing some more Battle Brothers on the Beast and Exploration DLC. Picking up where we left off last time. It's day 357. It's midday. And I'm not going to do a huge introduction today, kind of like I normally end up spending a minute or two talking about what I plan to do. We are standing outside the stone pillars. We have unlocked the Kraken fight. I have adjusted my party with the guys that I think are probably my optimum brothers. I've taken tons and tons of war dogs, although in Scaredy's instance, you know, I may want to take Scaredy out and put in perhaps Burnfried. Yeah, I like that choice. Okay, so I wasn't 100%, but I was pretty dang close. I like this change better. I like the Noble Sword, which I think is why I had him in there. The Noble Sword seems to be very accurate. But yeah, the Spear is also fine, I imagine. So, let's give him a dog. Mostly the reason why I wanted to take Scaredy out is because using a dog instead of a trophy necklace, Scaredy's resolve is only 45. And this is one of those fights where we might start losing people. So you know what, I'm going to save again. You guys get to see me save. We are going to head into the Kraken fight and we are going to do our best. We're going to hope for the high ground position. We've got our most accurate, what I believe are our strongest brothers. Feel free to read any of this, to pause it and read it if you haven't heard me, go over this before. But it's definitely interesting. And now we will engage the Kraken. So wish me luck, guys. Hopefully this video does not crash, as the Kraken fight has made my video crash several times before. Wow, we're actually on a bit of high ground here against the Kraken, who I'm assuming his body is somewhere in this marsh, which is actually kind of insane that it can hide in these like reeds. Okay, so as I understand the fight, these lights here are ear licks. They spawn and spawn and spawn. They wrap up your brothers, and it's really up to you to try and unwrap them. Wow, I really do not want to fight anybody on the low ground. So we killed one and it spawns another. But if we can, we really, really need to focus them down. So sorry, I'm not explaining this very well, I feel like. But essentially, there's a head here, and I think it's hiding in the murky water somewhere. And it's spawning all of these tentacles, of course. The tentacles with these little lights on it are kind of alluded to in the story we just passed. And they're attempting to wrap us up and drag us, turn by turn towards the head. And the way they teleport and wrap around us is very similar to the Necrosavants. All we need to do is have a brother free our other brothers from the tentacles. This is a little rough though. The RNG makes it so that it's like a 50% chance. That was very good for us. Whenever we free a brother, it hurts the tentacle. But our first priority, I think, should always be to free brothers. Especially because our odds of missing are just kind of always present. But we need to be also focusing them down. We still have two brothers that are wrapped up. See if we can put some damage on that guy. Proc Indomitable. I feel like our formation's not the best. There might be a great way to adjust it. And this is very tempting because we could take a huge swing on these. But I think we should try and unwrap. Is just the highest, absolute highest priority is to get brothers out of those tentacles. But once fatigue starts wearing in, we're going to have a problem. And we really, really don't want to miss. I think we're actually going to drop some dogs whenever we get the opportunity. If the dog gets wrapped up, we don't care. And if it helps us to take out a tentacle, then that's awesome. Wow, he missed pretty bad. He is in the swamp. The swamp applies lots of debuffs. So we're trying to get all of our brothers onto this high ground. Perhaps get into some sort of defensive diamond. I would say Edgel's the most vulnerable currently. This is pretty bad. When all the ones that are wrapped up are next to each other. Okay. Now here's where we can start to lose. We'll pass. If we're not able to adequately, unwrap brothers, then we can be in pretty big trouble here. We'll drop another dog. See, that's what's bad. And we need him to break himself free and then to take a step back. We weren't able to quite free them in time. And it's very bad because it takes us off of the high ground that we were on. Okay. Not bad. But missing is bad. Let's drop another dog. I don't know if they'll grab the dogs. But that felt pretty good. I'm not sure how many of these they can regenerate in a turn. Come on, dogs. But if I can, I need to pull Burnfried, Airzel, even Hondo needs to come back. If I can swing that. So here comes some more of these. Ugh, I should have Indomitable. So Indomitable, I think, can keep us from being grabbed up. And it feels like this dog might have, kind of been blocking for us, just straight body blocking. Ugh. These are the guys we don't want to get grabbed. We need to get to them as soon as we can. Okay. No. That's bad. This is how we lose. Okay, this is 4. Okay. Let's drop another dog. Yeah. So, damn. And now we can see the head. If a brother gets pulled all the way to the head, they die. What the hell? Okay, I don't know what this means. I don't know if this means they're going to start attacking us instead of wrapping us up. Which honestly might be preferable. Because I would rather man fight them, even in the swamp, than have them wrap me up and drag me even closer. Nope, they're going to wrap us up. There goes the dog. I'm willing to lose every single dog I have here if it means we win the fight. But if these 3 get wrapped up, we're just screwed if they can't free themselves. The problem is they don't get a chance to free themselves before they get moved closer to the mouth. And freeing yourself doesn't do enough damage to the tentacle to prevent you from dying. Luckily for us, these things don't have any kind of zone of control. But we're already getting exhausted. And everyone we kill, we sort of hurt them. We sort of hurt the Kraken, that is. Damn. So this kind of sucks because our movement's a little bit counterintuitive. We want to be moving backwards this whole fight, not forward. That had to work. If that didn't work, we were absolutely screwed. We needed to free Hondo so that Hondo could try and free Arazel, so on and so forth. But he's going to be right next to the mouth now. And if he's not able to free himself, he's fucked. Ooh, God, sorry, pardon my language. I know I haven't dropped the F-bomb yet on this channel, but this fight is making me very nervous. Because I'm pretty sure these three are all just dead now. And there's nothing we can do about it. The Kraken is hurt. I don't know if we just couldn't kill them fast enough to stop them from being able to spawn this every time. I also don't know whether or not there should be an option for us to resist these, because I haven't seen them like miss the wrap attack yet. I don't know if it can miss. So at the very least, I'll show you guys what happens when you get dragged down all the way. And you can't hit these 50%. So that's it. And he's absolutely dead because he doesn't have the fatigue necessary to step one tile away from the Kraken. And he's dead as well. So, God, that feels bad. Here we go. Yeah. So is that an acceptable loss for this fight? I don't know. I feel like it's not. I don't know if you're supposed to eventually get to a point where it stops spawning so many tentacles. So I'm just trying to think to myself what we could do to help in this fight. And one of the things I'm thinking of is raising our fatigue. Dang. Raising our fatigue by removing everything we have in our inventory that's non-essential for this fight. But this is all you need to lose. Boom. You miss all of these chances to free your brother. And then now they just die. So like Lance here. Arazel is now dead. So Chris is nearly dead. And this is, I mean, this is pretty much the fight, guys. And we were able to do about 40% of this thing's HP. So I feel like what needs to happen is, I'm going to go ahead and quit this. I feel like what needs to happen is, we can load the autosave. What needs to happen is, you have to kind of get on a roll of easily killing and clearing the tentacles, preferably from the high ground. And yeah, like this fight here, we're screwed. We're already screwed. You can't fight the head from what I've kind of researched. You just kind of have to like wait until it's nearly dead. Because if you get in melee range of it, you're just going to die. If there's some trick to this fight, I haven't discovered it yet. But even the fact that like they position themselves behind us right at the start is pretty horrible. Yeah, we just missed all those shots. Simply because if we wanted to walk backwards and start like pulling our formation back, it would be pretty difficult. But getting as far away from the mouth as possible seems to be a pretty viable strategy. They have no zone of control, so there's really nothing to stop you unless you're not able to take out kind of the tentacles here in the back. Like, had I been able to kill these two, I could have jumped these dudes back here, and we would have all been like one step further back into the swamp. Now the earlicks are affected by the swamp, it appears. They have the debuff. But that doesn't really matter. They don't actually attack. So stage 1 appears to just be they grab you and try to pull you. Stage 2, I guess they open up and start attacking you. But we didn't really see any of that. Please. Got to unwrap everyone. Or else you just kind of lose. Take it. Get out that hammer. But yeah, fatigue seems to be such a big deal that I feel like I need to take off like anything that even is remotely like fatigue. So like here, that seems like the order of operations feels off to me. Like how did that thing get to go before some of my brothers who could have potentially like unwrapped them? Dogs seem to have a pretty hard time hitting them. They don't do a lot of damage. I was just mostly hoping that they would distract them. But I can see there are 9, so that means there are 8 tentacles, I guess, and 1 head. If they continuously spawn this many tentacles throughout the whole fight, I don't think we can win. There's just too much RNG. I would have to do this fight a ton of times. Do I think it's impossible? No. I don't think it's impossible at all. I just think the RNG element is pretty overwhelming. Wow, okay. And there goes Hondo. And we're going to miss a ton just because we're standing in the swamp. And I don't like the fact that we killed them and they spawn right flipping next to us. Like, make them spawn back, you know, behind the Kraken or something. Okay, that's another one almost dead, at least. And now we kind of can't help but moving forward because we have to cover our brothers who've already been grabbed. And these 3 are going to get grabbed again. There's no resisting it, apparently. And if all 3 of them get grabbed, then there's no one around to free them. So, it feels pretty bad. These 3 get grabbed, these 2 get grabbed, and how do we save them? You just can't. And like I said before, cutting them doesn't do enough to kill them before we get Wow, they actually didn't do it. Oh my god, and of course, we're going to get a chance to save ourselves. This one time. Okay, okay. I'm trying not to get too salty because then it's like... feels bad. Yeah, Burnfried is done. Run back, Burnfried. Well, we tried. It's a pretty heavy hit. There's another one. But they're just instantly spawning more. That seemed very weird that it didn't go further than that. Do we have anything we can kill? This one? Okay, that was nice. Run, Burnfried. Alright, let's see what we can do. Don't grab Burnfried. I don't know. I just feel like this fight is missing a friendly mechanic. It's too... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's a little too RNG based. Yeah, that felt bad. Let's get our buddy out. We have so many brothers right now who are trapped. Okay, I guess we're in phase 2 now. Whatever that means. So like for me right now, I see this and I'm like, can we free him? Maybe. Thank goodness. I see this and I'm thinking, alright, it's phase 2, they should hopefully grab us less. And the dynamic of the fight will change. But I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. But it definitely seems like, you know, they open their mouth, their tentacle mouths. And it seems like they're definitely going to be more aggressive. And I would rather them attack me, I think, than try and pull me forward. There's still so many tentacles. I don't know how many I need to kill. There's enough tentacles here to wrap up everyone. Go, dog, go. Alright, this dog is dead. So if the dog goes towards the head, it's just dead. Alright, that was step 1 to not failing completely. Damn, we don't have enough. Damn. We should try and free Lance, because Lance is closer than Ivar. That's bad. Let's get on high ground. Move as far back as we can. Damn. Yeah, missing these shots is pretty awful. And now we're just exhausted. And I feel like we haven't killed enough of them yet. Burnfried is in serious trouble. Because I feel like he's going to be so exhausted, all it takes is him missing, and then he's dead. This dog is dead 100%. He's going to jump in. Oh, wow, he jumped backwards. Yeah, that did a ton of damage, but like I said, I would rather them attack than wrap. Well, that sucked. That sucked as well. And we are currently getting wrecked by the fact that we are missing all of our unwraps. Yeah, there's no way I can save. I don't have the fatigue. Come on, save him. Alright. Here goes Ivar. He has to save himself. Erzo has to save himself. Once again, Bernfried has to save himself, and Bernfried is dead. 100% dead. God, that sucks. Bernfried has been with us for a long time. The Kraken has only taken about 30% HP damage, and we're completely spread out. Yeah, I want to make this fight more challenging and easier at the same time. It's just, it feels like this is all just so wrong. Like, I feel like the ability to wrap should be checked by something. Like melee defense or something like that. And it's just not. Come on, unwrap. So they're still spawning as fast as we can kill them. Dragging me to high ground isn't the worst thing, but if Arazel can't step out... Okay, we get a big split, and we miss one of them. Kraken's gonna eat our dog. Pretty glad that doesn't heal him or something ridiculous. Okay, so there's still a ton of tentacles. I'm not sure how many more of these types of turns we can endure. Might have a chance if they don't wrap Ivar. Never mind. So if they didn't wrap Ivar, we might be able to free Arazel. That's a big miss. That's a big miss. That's a big miss. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. We can free him. It's not all bad. Nope. That's pretty awful. Okay, can we free Chris? We can. We need huge hits here. Arizal goes back in front of the mouth. So does Ivar. And Ivar's dead just because he can't move. God. I can't help but feel like the map and stuff plays way more of a strategic role than it should. And I just hate that I can't resist this at all. The only skill we have that can resist it is Indomitable. And of course not every brother can have Indomitable. There it spawns, it's just another one. Okay, we need these to work pretty badly. So yeah, if Arizal is not able to step forward one bit, he's dead, just like Ivar and Bernfried. Oh man. We've got a lot of injured tentacles for next turn. There's a fresh one attacking Arizal, who just cannot get away. The fact that they're attacking him and wrapping him is making it so that his fatigue is it's not going down. He's just like constantly maxed out on fatigue. Some of our archers are taking some pretty lethal looking damage. These dudes are all near death, so for us to be missing here is pretty awful. Can we free him? Yes. That's good. So once again, Arizal has to land this and then has to be able to walk away, and he can't. So Arizal's now dead. So that's 3 powerful brothers gone. Yeah, I don't know what the strat is. I guess you could have Pathfinder for moving easily through the swamp. You could have Recover to, you know, to have your fatigue maxed out. And down goes Raymond. I'm not sure how much work the dogs actually have done. It's not nothing. I mean, they hit every now and then. But Sir Varandox is pretty close to dead as well. So if you're wondering why I'm still pushing with this, I don't know if there's any chance at all we can kill the Kraken. We don't even have it down to half HP yet, and we've already lost 4 brothers. And I see no slowing in sight of the number of tentacles that are attacking us. We have a couple that are near death. Maybe if I kill a few more, they stop spawning so many. And at least we can see what the next stage of the fight looks like, and before we try again. I'm also trying not to use retreat. So, you know, if I was playing this in some sort of like Iron Man mode where I was just really trying not to lose brothers, I would be using the retreat function, which I mentioned before I can't do because the game is bugged. So Cerverandox is now dead. Yeah, that's a lot of brothers who didn't make it out. So I'm scared to crash the game and crash the recording by hitting the retreat button, which is what signaled my game-breaking issues the first time. Everyone is too tired to do anything. And now there's more tentacles probably than I have brothers. And that's just GG. There's really no point even watching them kill all of us. I was just hoping to land a few more hits to kill a few more of these tentacles. Just to see. Yeah, he's dead now too. Yeah, okay. We're done. We're done. And I'm going to try one more time. One more time. Because I feel like it can be done. It's just a matter of like doing it enough times to get that RNG on your side. I don't know if there's anything we could do differently in terms of like weapons we're using, things like that. The War Brand might be better for fatigue purposes. But yeah, like, I don't want to use these, so take these off. This doesn't have any fatigue issues. This is 2 fatigue. Just anything that causes fatigue has to go, I guess. Even bandages. If we're not going to use the axes and banners, we need to just take them off. That's probably a pretty good change as well. Does this cause fatigue? No. I mean, should we even drop our shields? They are attacking us. They barely attack us. And when they do, they're hitting like super heavy armor. Do something like this as well. Maybe Burn Free doesn't need the crazy heavy armor. Same for Cerverandox. This is 34 versus 42. And you'll see our fatigue shoots up when we use much lighter armor. I actually think this is fine. You know what, I'm going to save the game right here. and see if this strategy does anything. I don't think we need the shields. We're just not dying from being attacked. We're dying from being dragged closer and not having fatigue enough to... Oh wait, did I save? I'm one of those guys that always saves twice because I never remember if I saved the first time. Okay. What happens if we demand to be paid? No idea. Doesn't seem to be anything different. We did not get the high ground once again. The best position I've seen in this fight so far is the one we got in our opening trial. But alright, so we have a ton more fatigue than we did last time. Our one-handers now do a lot more damage because they are not... They are dual wielding essentially. Let's pass. What can we focus? Have to unwrap. That was a lot of misses though. We should hit a heck of a lot harder than we were before. And slash is supposed to be more accurate. Let's also drop a dog here. Oh, if that dog had landed that hit, he would have been my hero dog. I don't know if it's worth it to step forward or step back. We just have to get out ahead of them. Like, not getting a kill here. We could have gotten 2 kills turn 1. And I think that would have set us up pretty nicely for this turn. So the dog got the kill, and it's going to run towards the head, which it can't see. It just knows it's there like it does with any other enemy. Okay. Also, being on high ground makes it more likely that our release succeeds. It's based on melee skill, so maybe the game just wants us to not take any ranged fighters at all. We need everyone we have in our party with the best melee skill possible to have the highest chance of succeeding. That feels bad. That feels super bad. That feels super bad as well. So, like, playing on my own, I might just, like, restart right now. And be like, it's not even worth continuing because we've missed so much. Our positioning was so bad that it feels like there's no chance of winning this now. But yeah, just being in the swampy water lowers our melee attack, which in turn lowers our chance, our melee skill, and in turn lowers our chance of breaking free. Dang. Have to free Hondo. Oh. See, this is another thing. Since Hondo was freed, to my mind, he should have been able to go next to free Burnfried before Burnfried had to take that ride downtown. Big split, step up. Like, that's what we need. Dudes like Hondo and Lance getting like multiple kills in a single turn with big damage. But Burnfried is almost certainly going to get pulled. That tentacle is way too healthy. Wow, big hits from the dog. So now it's like may as well restart. Yeah. So let's try one more time. That was a pretty easy, like, you lost right off the bat. But I think our new strategy is sound. I like removing the shields. I may not like it so much in the late game when they're all attacking us, but for right now I like it. And I'm hoping to finish off the head we can just use our archery. I'm not sure. Because we can't get near the mouth, and we don't have any two-handed ranged weapons anymore. Okay, let's focus the ones in the front. 85% chance. That's horrible. Those types of misses are just gonna cost us. But we're on some semblance of high ground. It's pretty big damage. I do not want to move forward, I want to move back. Alright, let's see how they grab. That thing got to move 3 times. Ugh. Alright, that was pretty lucky. That was pretty unlucky. Okay, everyone's still pretty much freed. Need to focus on freeing. Damn. Luckily, he hasn't gone far. Okay, big work from Hondo. But using Indomitable also wrecks our fatigue. And the chances are, I guess they just won't even go for someone who's using Indomitable. Would love to get Lance, Edgel, Ivar, all of these guys onto this high ground here. Damn it. It's very bad. Especially bad because they're pulling us into the swamp and off of the high ground. Alright, here they go again. Jesus. This is not a fun fight. It feels like there is very little strategy to it, and that it's completely RNG. And that's my opinion. We've kind of figured out, I think, as we've gone through. It's not fair to say that there's no strategy to it. I mean, obviously, we worked our way to the conclusion that maybe we should just drop shields. You know, maybe we should do this and do that. So there's definitely some thinking that had to take place. But like there's nothing we can do about the inevitability of this. Can't get a big swing off. 49. Let's take the swing on the one we might have a chance to actually kill. So that's 3 dead in 1 turn. I mean, that feels great. And we get to hear the Kraken roar. But at the end of the day, we have 4 brothers out here who are just going to get insta-grabbed. And there's like nothing we can do to stop it. We have to be able to do the cascading, like he frees him, then he frees him, then he frees him. But the order of operations doesn't end up working out like that. They get to go first and they get to drag me. And then my odds of even freeing them are so low because we're standing in the swamp. So it just feels so RNG and really much less skill based than I wish it was, because it's supposed to be like, you know, the epic Kraken fight. Okay, so that's great. We get to take a step back and try and free our brothers. If we could free both of them, that would be huge. Damn, I was hoping for a kill there. Okay, that's not nothing. This one's already injured. Okay. So many. Let's drop a dog. Just want to get on the high ground. Off the low ground. I don't know if they can fight their way out of this position, though. I mean, they did a lot of damage there, but the fact that they just insta-respawn... Like, if there was like a turn timer on how fast they come back, maybe? But like, yeah, I kill 3 in a turn, but they can move across the entire map, and then some of them can still, like, it seems like, wrap you up and move at the same turn. They'll come from here to here to here and then wrap you up, and it's like, how do you fight that? There's no delay. There's almost no benefit to killing them. It seems almost like it would be better to get them all very low. That way when you do get grabbed, you can at least kill them. But I mean, even then, you're just going to get grabbed by another tentacle. I don't know. Damn. So I'm just wondering, like, should we even bring archers to this fight? They're definitely our damage dealers. But they're also not very likely to be able to free us consistently every turn. They seem to be on average about 20% less likely. So like right now, Sir Chris just feels super dead. And we've become very spread out now. So even if I don't succeed today, I still think I'm going to upload this video. Dog, please attack a tentacle. Yeah, all I can hope is that maybe one day they'll change up this fight a little bit in a way that makes sense. The same way they've done with the Alp fight. They recognized it wasn't fun, it wasn't particularly hard, it was just tedious RNG, and then they fixed it. Not really sure how much better it is now, but they tried. Take a big swing here, maybe kill both of them. Nope, we missed both of them. So, can we escape? No. So, Sir Chris is dead. Hondo is not dead. See you later, Sir Chris. You were, in fact, the realest of us all. And now Hayes the War Dog is dead. Like if the tentacles grab dogs also, that would be pretty good. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like fair ways to balance this fight and make it more interesting. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, man. Two tries, couldn't get it. And now he is dead. Yeah, we hit him. We did it, guys. We hit the Kraken with the soon-to-be-dead Hondo. Yeah, this is going to be a big mulligan. But at least I got to get some of this on camera, so you guys could see the fight. Sorry for like my salty attitude, but like I would love to sit down and talk to the people who designed this fight and ask them if they had done it themselves. Our brothers are very well geared. We're not super specialized in terms of what we can do. It's easy to say, you know, when you're doing your playthroughs, like, oh, well, you didn't grab Pathfinder on all your brothers, or oh, you know, you should have Recover on all your brothers, and it's not the case. It's not how this game works. The only, you know, what I would say guaranteed perk that you should pretty much take is Student. Everything else in the game sets you up to either be, you know, a failure or successful versus, you know, many different types of fights. And there's really, the beauty of this game is that there's supposed to be really no right or wrong build. And while, you know, having Pathfinder and Recover would potentially make this fight easier, though I'm not even convinced of that, because taking a turn off to use Recover would probably just end up getting you grabbed and killed. And then Pathfinder is taking the place of something that, you know, does something else, whatever the case may be. The same things that are strengths in a fight like this will be weaknesses in another fight, you know, like against the Black Monolith or something like that. So it's hard to have a team that's good against everything. I think in a fight like this, it's really just pure RNG, which is why I have kind of strong feelings of not liking it. I feel like you just have to get lucky long enough to manage to keep your team on a set of high ground while you slowly retreat backwards and kill the tentacles, and retreat backwards and kill the tentacles. And I feel like if you can't get into that like motion, like if at this point in the battle my team was still here and we were able to, you know, fight off the tentacles, and then it was like, ah, the Kraken's vulnerable, like, rush forward, you know, however the fight ends up progressing, it would make for a more interesting fight. But I'm starting to feel like maybe the next thing to try is to not have any archers at all. Even though they do the most damage versus the tentacles, they're also the most vulnerable against them. So you take only brothers with really high melee skill. So down goes Edgel. So, I mean, some of our brothers have managed to stay on this hill, but we just get dragged away. So we haven't even, I don't even think we've gotten it below 50% HP in all of these attempts. I do think I'm onto something with the no shields. And I do think I'm onto something with the no archers. I think I correctly identified that you need to not bring things in your, you know, in your bags that hurt your fatigue. So I don't want to say it's like a waste. I feel like I've learned something. Once again, guys, I haven't like gone online and looked up like pro strats for defeating the Kraken / Battle Brothers. I really did try and figure this out on my own as we go, because I think that's more fun. I wonder if it'll do reflected damage. Nope. So the Emperor's hat did not save me. The Kraken is buried with a lot of pretty sweet treasure. Yeah, we're going to call that. That's enough. That's enough watching our guys die. Don't want to waste any of your time. Man, so let me know in the comments what you think about that fight. I'd be interested to see how you feel like we could improve the fight, or whether or not you even think the fight is perfect the way it is. I'd be interested to know. Let me know what you think I could do to make that fight easier with my current build. My next idea would be to, as I said, pull out all of the archers, pull in anyone who has a decent melee stat to increase our ability to free our brothers. Man, Willem sucks though. Not Willem. Just everyone but Willem. Probably bring in Ragnar over... Ragnar has 60. Ooh, Giro has like a ton. Giro has more than a lot of our spear bros, actually. But yeah, Giro would definitely come in. And then we need Sir Steinhardt. Definitely don't want to be using that weapon though. Could certainly do something like this. Whoa, doing that. And bring him in over 69, 66. Yeah, Isaac has really poor attack stats. And Bernfried's not great, but I think we would bring him in over Isaac. Something like this, and then we just have the best chance possible of freeing ourselves in any given circumstance. And since the tentacles do like to surround us, you know, being in the back line with melee guys isn't necessarily a bad thing. And if we're only using them to free our brothers, then, you know, what's the harm anyway? So we can always try this. Let's give ourselves... Get these dogs. I still think the dogs are a good option. Yaku needs some armor. She's like, how heavily armored should we go? We don't really need heavy armor. But yeah, look at the Yaku's fatigue. Yaku's not a good pick for this fight. He's certainly one of our worser brothers. Yeah, let's just bring in Ragnar instead. Maybe in the center. Ragnar plus Giro. We still have some ranged. We're going to use the heavy crossbow over the spiked impaler for the increase chance to hit. Something like this. Did we take all the dogs off? Not quite. Yaku had a dog. Yeah, this might not be the best, but it's definitely not terrible. We'll keep that pole arm on him, and I think we'll also put a bill hook on Ragnar as well. And then we'll have some range. We don't need a net. Oh yeah, we don't want the shield on Scaredy. Or on Steezy. Steezy needs some stuff though. Okay. So this might be a decent build. I wonder if there's some sort of like optimal spread maybe. I don't know. I feel like you just want all your guys blocked up. Maybe as far out to one side as possible. Make some of the tentacles chase you for an extra turn. I don't know if that's a thing. I feel like it always puts you pretty much on center. Something like this. Yeah, let me know, like I said, let me know what you think about the fight. Let me know what you'd like for me to do in the next episode. I can always spend another episode trying. I could do some trying off camera, but then like, what if I succeed? And then I'm like, oh man, I didn't film any of that. Or I could, I would end up bringing you in right at the end as I'm like about to kill the Kraken. That seems a pretty anticlimactic. Just let me know what you guys want. I want you to have an opinion on the fight. I want you to have an opinion on my strategy. I don't think I am the be-all end-all strategist in this game, that is for sure. Let me go ahead and save the game. So once again, guys, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed today's video, our attempt at taking down the Kraken, our evolution of strategies. We've come a long way since our first fight in terms of what we think may end up being the best strategy for this fight. So, yeah, I have hope. I have hope that we can do it. I think we can. Whew. Yeah, just let me know, guys. All right. I will see you in the next one. Take care.